We're here with Norman Nato, obviously with Andretti Formula E team, here at the Portland Prix for Formula E this weekend. Norman, it's been an interesting 2024 season for you. It's kind of been an up and down season. Things may have not gone your way for you in certain races. Can you just touch base here on 2024? And has it been frustrating just to not find that consistency maybe, or just kind of getting some unlucky?
Yeah, no, it's exactly what we say. Like, honestly, it's been up and down. Like, in some races where we were looking really good, like Misano, even Berlin race 1, where we were up on energy like 3 or 4% almost. So we were on the list at least for a podium. And just making my way through the park, I just got like a puncture actually 2 times. So it's cost a lot of points. But otherwise, I was expecting in the first season, I would say that, yeah, for sure, we've lost some big points in some moment of the season. Also, some moment of the season did some mistakes. But as everyone in Formula E, I would say, like, honestly, like this year especially, like, it's being like really tough to race, and it's about like details. And yeah, so I would say that in Shanghai, like, for some reason, like, suddenly everything went my way. Like, we didn't have the feeling we did something too different, but like, it's a bit the same with Nissan last year, where at the beginning of season we're kind of struggling a bit, and suddenly everything kind of went our direction, and suddenly, like, you find some consistency. So yeah, let's see what we can do this weekend. Season is not finished.
Yeah, something that Jake said in the media center that was kind of interesting was that now that he's kind of out of the points championship chase, he can kind of be a little bit more aggressive and take some chances maybe that you might not take when you're in that championship hunt. Do you kind of feel the same way? Is that kind of maybe a team strategy, or just kind of maybe something that do you kind of feel the same way for the weekend?
Well, the team strategy is to score points at the end.
Yeah.
As much as possible, because we're fighting for top 3 at the team championship, and that's the main goal. Honestly, in my position, if I finish P10 or P6 or whatever, the drivers' championship, it's not the main goal at the moment. It's really, like, for Jake and myself, like, one of the targets we had at the beginning of the season is at least to finish top 3 in team championship. So that's the full focus we have at the moment.
Just talking about this race, obviously it's a pretty special one for the Andretti name. It's the home race. There's only 2 teams in Formula E that are calling this their home race, which is Andretti and DS Penske. So what does that, I think, do for you guys as drivers, knowing that this is a big race for the team and for some of the higher-ups like Michael, who's here this weekend as well? I imagine maybe not put a huge pressure, but it definitely probably is something that you guys definitely want to deliver for the team at their home track.
Honestly, like, the job in the car will be exactly the same, the preparation as well. It's more in the media and, like, on marketing day, where for sure it's a bit more busy, and it's quite enjoyable, like, to be at a home race, like, for yourself or even for the team. It's always something nice. We have a bit of a different livery as well for this weekend, and of course, like, I mean, if we do well this weekend and stand on the podium, it will be amazing. But at the end, honestly, like, we're not adding more pressure or trying to do things differently because it's our home race. Every race are important, and as I said, like, so far it's 4 races to go, and we're gonna fight to try to finish in this top 3. So at the end, yeah, it's really good, as I say, like, to be like in America. It's a place I always enjoy, like. Racing there, but the job we have to deliver at the end stays the same.
Porsche's had a really strong run this year, and obviously last year, especially with Jake winning the title. So, and it's really felt like a battle between Porsche and Jaguar, really, especially the last half of the season. Felix da Costa's won a few races. You guys have still been battling as well for points and battling for podium finishes as well. So, I mean, just to have that performance behind you guys and battling against Jaguar, although you guys are out of the championship chase, I imagine it's definitely nice to know, like, you guys are one of the top. It's definitely probably it gives you guys some confidence as drivers when you guys are behind the car, knowing that you have that performance.
Yeah, no, for sure. But in the other end, like, it's not an easy season for anyone. Like, clearly compared to last year, especially in qualifying, it's been a bit more difficult for some reason. And the level in this championship is so high that you cannot predict anything. And again, yeah, like, it's we don't know what we're gonna perform this weekend. I would say that qualifying is not really something we're focusing on at the moment, because it's a kind of race where you can start at the back and still finish on the podium. So for sure we're gonna try to deliver a good job in qualifying, but if not, it's not the end of the world. At the end, we need to score points, and that's the main focus we have for now.
What has been the biggest takeaway for you in the first season with Andretti? Just kind of with the team and getting used to the team. Obviously, by now you're probably pretty well informed with everybody. But what has just been like, in that first season, just kind of learning the car and just kind of getting things down pat with the team.
Everything is going so quick. Like I remember when I arrived at the beginning, like it's a short amount of time to kind of get into a new team, a new car. So yeah, for sure, like I paid the price in some occasion this season of being new to the team compared to some other drivers, but the performance always been there. I would say the most frustrating thing has been like a few races where we look really strong. Honestly, like having 2 punctures almost, like when you can't do much, like when someone hitting you from the back. That's what it is. There's some season honestly where nothing happened to you, or like just a little, and some season where it's the opposite. And honestly, this year. A lot happened, and but that's why I was really pleased in Shanghai to finally try to change the dynamic, and I really hope this weekend we can follow this trend.
Yeah, it's you kind of mentioned with a lot. The incidents. It really, Formula E's always been an aggressive sport, right? But it really feels like the aggressiveness has just jumped up a level. You definitely got to keep your head on a swivel when you're out there on the track. It's definitely it can get a little chaotic at certain circuits.
Yeah, but at the margin it's just so small that if you're trying to be safe, you have no chance to do top 10.
Exactly. You
have to take risk in any occasion, and the problem is that sometimes you have to accept that you're gonna do a mistake or it's not gonna go your way. And in the other end, sometimes for some reason it goes your way by not doing anything so special, and you have to accept it. It's the same in life and it's the same in motorsport. So that's what it is. As I say, honestly, this year, in qualifying, this is not luck. We've been lacking some pace, and it's clearly something we try to focus and improve. But in race, as you say, it's right now it's really aggressive races, and we have to deal with it. So you need a bit more luck than what you had in the past, I would say, to make it through. And some confidence as well, to bring a dynamic as well, a positive dynamic where you try consistently to be in points and not only targeting for the win or for top 3. It's something which we're trying to build, and that's what brings you points at the end.
With this race, you had a really strong finish last year, finished in the top 10. You come back here. We saw last year this, again, chaotic race. Energy saving was huge. It was arguably one of the biggest Peloton races of the season. It seems like it's going to be like that this weekend as well, and now you got 2 races added on top of it. So
it's going to be the same.
Yeah, how are you just feeling overall about the weekend, and obviously coming off of last year? What have you learned about the track and such?
First of all, I'm driving a new car here compared to last year, so that's why I have no expectation at the moment. For sure, what I want is to continue in Shanghai trend. When qualifying, we went to the duels in both qualifying both days. We did a good result on day 2, so we just want to keep going. But again, to tell you what we're gonna be, of course we all want to win and finish on the podium at the end. But at this stage, honestly, at this level, you have nothing can tell you that we are in a good position to do it. For sure, as a Andretti team, we are one of the strongest, but we show in some occasion as well that we've been struggling, or the same for Jaguar team or some other team which one of the top. So far, we're just trying to prepare. We're gonna have FP1 this evening and see what happens.
I gotta ask you this. So Robert Wickens is obviously testing a car today, and you have a sports car background. You race for Team Jota, and you've been pretty successful this season with them. But to see Robert jumping into this car and getting an opportunity, what does that say about Formula E and just kind of its continuing want to just evolve and develop as a series as a whole?
Well, it's just nice to see Robert, first of all, in a car. He keep fighting, and it's just so nice to see him, and he also reminds us how lucky we are to be in this position and to do what we love. So that's for me the most important, I would say, and seeing Robert being able to drive this kind of car and to just enjoy it at the end. It's a good lesson for us to it's true that because sometimes we are just focusing on performance, and you see drivers complaining or even teams complaining, and when you see Robert actually doing what he's doing, it's just a good lesson for all of us. And sometimes performance is important for sure, but let's enjoy as well what we're doing.
One last question here for you. Obviously, Jake Dennis, defending champion here last year in 2023. Working with him in year 1, obviously the guy's had so much success in this series. To be able to work with him and kind of tag team with this venture here this season, what has it been like, and what have you guys been how has that been like with that pairing and the relationship?
Oh, we are getting along really well. I'm the kind of guy I'm really easygoing to work with, unless like you're a bit fake, then I don't really like it. But it's not the case, honestly. Like with Jake so far, we didn't have a single issue on track together this year. In a few occasions, I tried to help him to fight for the championship, like in Tokyo, where I tried to open the attack mode for him to go for the podium, and it worked pretty well. And in the other end, when he can help me as well, he's trying to do so. That's what you want as a team, and it's really important, especially in difficult moments, like in Berlin day 1, where we both qualified at the back, and day 2 we finished P1 and P3 in qualifying. So it was a really nice turnaround, and this kind of result and performance, it's just like a good team effort. Like we're all pushing the same way, and it's something which worked pretty well this year in Andretti.
I know you guys are pretty busy, but have you gotten a chance to go play golf with Jake yet? I've been hearing he was telling me he was hyping him up. Okay, fair enough.
I don't like golf. Like I would have liked to go, like to just be with them, because like Jake and Doug, they are my friends. Sam as well. Well, I mean, that's a good thing in Formula E. Like we are like there's a good atmosphere between drivers, but like golf is not something I really enjoy. And I was in the simulator on Tuesday, so I couldn't make it.
Fair enough. Listen, they have the F1 drivers doing the golf tournament where they drove around in the golf cart. So maybe we can have you do something like that for Jake. But Norman, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.